But Ben, something that stresses me out, and I know a lot of other people, is figuring out the right time to leave for the airport. Sometimes we leave too early and we're just exhausted. We spend way too much time. We get up at 4 a.m. when we don't need to get up till maybe 6. Other times you leave too late and you're stressed out. So what is the right amount of time?
I think it all depends on which airport you're flying out of and also whether you're going domestically or internationally. And if you're checking bags, I think 60 minutes is typically, plenty if you've already checked in and you don't have any checked bags. Internationally, I always try to leave at least 90 minutes before the flight. But there are places online to check how long security lines are. So that's always a great tool to look up so that you can get an idea kind of what the security lines are expected to be, because sometimes there are no lines and sometimes they're an hour long. So
well, and that's the biggest question, right? Is and that's what holds you up is if it's a long security line, and sometimes you get there an hour and a half before, but you still feel like you're going to miss the flight because the line is so long.
Exactly. And one thing I do is I have something called Global Entry, which is basically expedited customs and immigration. It costs $100 and it's valid for 5 years. And the cool thing about that is not only does it get you expedited immigration and customs, but it also makes you eligible for a TSA pre-check here in the US. And that's basically expedited security, where you kind of have pre-9/11 security. You don't have to take your shoes off. You get to go through a special line. You do have to go for an interview to originally be eligible for it, but it's valid for 5 years. So even for the non-frequent traveler, I think it's a great option.
That is great advice. So Crooklinism says, I have traveling down to a T. I never travel with the carry-on belt or loose change. You guys have all had a lot of experience traveling. I mean, is there an outfit that you wear specifically for traveling so that it's just not complicated to go through security?
I really think you do have to be comfortable, especially for the long international flights. I always wear leggings, and to be honest, I do it to get through security, because so many of us, we have cute outfits that have metal on it that you don't even realize, and that's the person that's going to hold up. So I make sure I have nothing, no accessories. I take everything off my belt. I just wear, the easiest thing. Sometimes I'll wear a nice sweat outfit. I know it sounds soccer momish, and I'm not a soccer mom, but I'll just wear something that I can get through security quickly, and always have some kind of pashmina or a lightweight blanket, because nowadays it's tough to get a blanket on the plane, even when you're flying business class.
And it's always freezing, let's be honest.
It is, and the problem is, it used to be everyone got a blanket. And I mean, now literally I was on a flight and there were 5 blankets on the whole plane. So no matter if you're flying to the Caribbean or Hawaii, make sure you have something to put around you. You don't want to sit there and freeze for 5 hours, but you got to be comfortable. I mean, this is not the time. I've seen women in 7-inch heels, those crazy heels, teetering and tottering down, when there's turbulence. I'm like, you're going to kill yourself.
Yeah, that is not the right way to do it. That is not smart. Ben, how do we make it so we're not so stressed? Is there a way to speed up the process, like a security line, for example?
I think there is. I think the problem is a lot of people kind of don't anticipate the security line, and when when it's their turn to put stuff in the X-ray, that's when they start realizing what it is they need to, they can't take with them. So I think the key is while you're waiting in line, if you have a 20 or 30-minute security line, that's a great time to start putting basically, all your metal objects into your bag already, your loose change into your bag. And I always put it in a bag as opposed to just in the bin itself. Not just so that we don't lose it, but often there is theft by either the TSA or other passengers. So can't hurt to be safe there.